So, hello everyone, I'm Billy. Today is the 11th day of making videos and upload to LGB daily. So today actually I think that it's quite meaningful day. So first of all, what happened today is just we went to play table tennis and going to the well-being room in my dad's office. So it is actually a quite new experience. So throughout the LGBT Daily channel, I feel that I'm really experiencing and learning new things every day. So as I've said that, I now I feel more with the John Jay's sentence saying that the rarest human quality is consistency. So only if you are trying to do a thing every day, you will get some improvement in yourself. Like for example, if I make videos every day, then I will really try to improve and keep track on my daily progress. And eventually, if I'm trying to just learn languages, I can be easier to communicate with other people who only talk in English or only talk in Mandarin. And with this channel being established, I really feel that I can connect or communicate with others more easily, especially for people in mainland China coming to CHK for studies. So when I communicate with them, I feel that now I'm actually more natural. Before I was just talking with my roommates, which is coming from mainland Chaozhou, and I feel that sometimes my pronunciation or intonation is not really accurate. And sometimes I just can only agree with his statements instead of giving some long own opinions. Like, of course, sometimes I just communicate with him to learn things from him, as he have more experience studying in CHK, or maybe he got more job experience, like many internship programs joined, or any like friendships, and think of new business ideas themselves. So from communicating with him, actually I learn things, and sometimes of course I will not talk much, but communication, I realized that is actually getting more important. Like now maybe I'm meeting my first roommate in year 1, but if I've registered a summer residence, or even in year 2 if I'm lucky, I got a residence in any hall in United College, then I will meet some new friends or even new roommates. Or even if not hall, I'm just joining different clubs and societies, and I've met new friends, and sometimes those friends are not only from Hong Kong. Like some of them are actually coming from mainland China, coming from England or some other European countries. And actually if I only communicate with Hong Kong people, first of all, maybe we're different. Like in terms of personality, if we are trying to have a new friend and a very good friendship, actually our values and our personality should be similar in order to communicate well. But if we only focuses in Hong Kong people, then actually we lost a lot of chances of meeting different people, maybe sometimes from different culture. And who says that mainland China people must be not different personality with us due to the different background, cultural background? Actually not. Maybe if we both like table tennis, or we both like some games like board games, then actually we can still communicate and be friends. So when we are trying to learn different new languages, actually we are increasing our opportunity of meeting new friends and potentially maybe any partners in the future, even after graduation in CUHK. And of course, through LGBT Daily, one more new thing is that I'm more willing to express my own thoughts. Like before, maybe I'm just walking on the street and like even I'm going outside whole day, I don't have any express or own opinions towards the activities or any events happen that day. But when we are trying to record a video every day and trying to track our progress, then actually what happened to you will makes you feel more meaningful every day. Like if we're just normally playing table tennis, then maybe you feel really fun and that's all. Then you just back home and maybe have a sleep, and after that day you forgot everything. But when we're trying to record a video or audio to record what are our opinion on table tennis that day, then maybe we'll like try to think about actually how's my skills in table tennis and any improvements, or even sometimes we're not only focusing on the technical skills of table tennis. If we're trying to make some new friends and play table tennis together, then actually it's still our own opinion. Like sometimes you feel good in some ways for some activities or sports, and some bad things as well. So we are trying to do some reflection in the bad things, and try to think that why we feel that the activity is good. So when we think more about that, actually our whole life will be more colorful and meaningful every day. So as of course we have to do that every day to make the whole thing consistent, so that we are trying to make every day colorful instead of just one day. And also actually there are actually some inertia effect. Like sometimes if we stopped a day due to laziness, then maybe later on we will find more excuses, and eventually we are not trying to make the video anymore. Like before, we are trying to make LGBT music, like LGBT nightcore as well, but because at first we don't feel really like enjoyed it, or maybe some arguments, something like that, and John Jay don't feel that it is a really good practice, or maybe he has some more good choices to do instead of making nightcore videos, then at last we failed our channel. And yeah, it's just like a few months in Form 3 we are trying to make this channel. So if we're feeling more consistent and trying to like pay some hard work in everything we are interested in at first, then maybe the results is not being noticed until someday, maybe some chances or some people notice our effort paid, then they will like maybe invest more in our stuff we're trying to do, and eventually success. So we're actually, of course, if sometimes we need some cost like starting up a new business, then yeah, if we don't have the cost, then we are being forced to like close up our business. But if it's not like that, maybe sometimes it's just some experiences, or only we need to invest some time in that. If we got time, then we should not stop. We don't have any excuses like laziness or homework. Like sometimes even like WhatsApp, sometimes we will feel that some people not liking ourselves because they don't reply WhatsApp for 1 to 2 days. So actually even how busy a people is, they got time to WhatsApp, right? Just open the phone and maybe reply a few messages at once, then close your phone and do your own stuff and continue. But when you're trying to position other things on top of WhatsApp, then yeah, maybe if you're trying to just watch a movie every day instead of replying any WhatsApp, then maybe really some people trying to talk WhatsApp with you, then you will really not reply or even not read his message for the whole day. But that means that you're not putting him as in important position, like maybe some different factors affecting like how you value him or her, then making them not putting not the first few position. You care other things more than him or her. Then yeah, it is the same concept when we're trying to focus or learn new things every day. If you're putting like your entertainment or something that you feel happy but is actually meaningless on top of something that you feel happy and also feel meaningful, then you will eventually forget what things you want to do, and at last you will give up everything you got. So yeah, I feel that consistency is really important, and I was still trying to make my video. Even today is actually a rainy day. It's still raining outside as well. So today actually I have some thoughts when communicating with my dad. So maybe this is a long part, so I just talk about table tennis first. So today actually when I play table tennis I feel really fun, and it's also a unique experience. Like my dad's company is actually a really big company with many entertainment facilities. Like the table tennis room is actually a really big room with some gym facilities, and I feel that it is really a very good place for you to practice yourself. And sometimes if you want to like play some table tennis with others, then it is also a good place as the table is really professional. It is maybe just a small places in the company, and the facilities are not really expensive, like comparing to the whole company's earnings or the whole like monthly budget. But it helps the happiness and the well-being of the what we call it, the office workers. So actually when you're trying to invest more in their social life or making their life more happier instead of just working, actually is even more effective than you just keep giving workload to workers and make them do everything for you. As eventually if they are just working and they do not get what they want, like they will, when they are trying to pay a hard work in the company, you must give a better welfare or like salary for them, or else they will feel really unhappy or even like exit the game, like leave the company and go to and seek for another opportunities. So actually a small investment changes the whole game. And yeah, sometimes we are trying to make some new ideas or some small details in our daily life actually changes us. It's not necessary for you to make some big goals like exercising every day for 2 hours and then study 2 hours and then go social for 2 hours. It's not compulsory for you to do that. Also, you will not enjoy these activities. But when you're trying to do a little bit, like making LGBT daily to learn communication and expressing your own opinions, or you just plan some like half-hour exercises even in rainy days or any extreme weather conditions, then eventually, first of all, you're trying to like notice whether you suit this kind of exercises or like planning of activities. Then you can try to adjust your workload. Maybe if you think that is not enough for you to make a 10 minutes video, or it's not enough for you to express all your opinions every day, then yeah, you can change it to 20 minutes. But at first, it's first 10 minutes instead of making 2 hours. As you very fast, you'll feel that you are not consistent with it. Like sometimes you'll give excuses for yourself, and maybe eventually turns into 1 hour and 30 minutes, and at last give up. But if you're just trying from a small step, then actually it may be a domino effect, and eventually you can step out the last step. Like sometimes what our motivation gives us is actually a good way for us to step out our comfort zone is to develop a big goal and then divide the big goal into small daily goals. We're not trying to accomplish everything in a day, but we're trying to do a little bit for every day and eventually do something big. Like even some projects or some small things, maybe like academic projects, but huge things, maybe some like person development projects, or anything you want to improve yourself. Like sometimes the easiest example may be facial, like aims. If we feel that our skin care is not enough and our skin quality is really low, then we will trying to do more washing, or maybe invest some skincare products. And the most importantly is using this product every day instead of using some really strong products and then it's having a really strong side effects, and you're trying to deal with the side effects again. You are trying to slowly do a little bit everything every day, and eventually we're trying to do the big goal, maybe reduce all the aims on my face, or develop a whole person development, or maybe you want to chat with others 2 hours, then you have to really improve your own skills or your own experiences. Maybe read some books, join more activities. This is not something you can accomplish in one day. So before, when I'm in the 3 months of frustrating period, actually I'm doing the wrong thing I just mentioned. I'm trying to think or any skills or techniques that can make me walk a shorter route and can talk with people for a few hours for any people. So actually it's impossible. We are trying to improve myself, maybe learning everything possible in daily lives or in the universe, and we are also trying to improve our experience or maybe make LGB daily. We will need a really lot of development activities in order to accomplish the goal of trying to communicate with others easily, can open topics easily, and even for people that we're not familiar with, we can talk naturally and talk for a few hours. So this may be our last goal, but in that 3 months of frustration, actually I've also learned a lot of things, like psychological things, like I'm trying to understand more how a person feels, why some people will think of this, or what psychological effect causes people to do this kind of actions. So actually the whole social world is a really big thing. We will not, it is not impossible to know everything in the whole world, like every people is thinking. But when we're trying to learn psychology, we're actually trying to understand all the effects causing a people do this action. And maybe every facilities, every buildings, every development like the AI, like the engineering, like nursing, like every career opportunities we know in the world is actually something that is actually due to how person thinks. Like if a people don't know how to think anything, then we will just be like animal, normal animals like dogs. We will not lead to the final effect of developing the world like nowadays.